Hello BRICK fans and welcome to BlueBrixx Studio. I am Joe.
And I'm Ross.
And today this is basically the first product video we are doing in the German style for you.
And in this case, it's the Stargate Gate Room.
Yay! The centerpiece of our Stargate series. Well, the first wave. I'm still thinking of waves because we did it like that in Star Trek. We released the sets in waves, but we're trying to go away from that and try to release them consecutively.
Yeah, so this is the first one.
This is the first one from the first wave. This is the biggest one.
Yeah, so the biggest one. I mean, as you can see, the box is pretty big.
Yeah.
Here's the other side of the box, as you can see there.
Show some details and, well, no need to look there because we're going to show them.
Exactly, so
inside, there are two different boxes. Box number 1 and box number 2. And in case you're hoping, A or B, and in case you're hoping that the 8 different building steps that are included in the set are separated in the boxes, no. Don't know why it doesn't work that way, but apparently there is, what's the word, procedural issues in the production process? I have no idea.
But yes, so these come in the box, but they're not really ordered in any way, shape or form.
Nah, but I mean, you can use them to order that. And if you do, I recommend you to put steps 4 to 8 into B box because the first 5 steps are a little bigger. Speaking of building steps or building parts, I'm not sure. Please tell me down in the comments below what the correct appellation for that is because in German it's Bauabschnitte. Yes, but is that a building step? Where you build part of the model, or is that a building part, or is that a building step?
That's true.
I don't know. Please write it down. Yeah. So, it comes in 8 different steps. Parts.
One or the other.
Yeah.
Maybe another word.
Please write it down. I'm going to call them all building steps, which is probably wrong. But at least one of them is right. In 8 parts. The first 5 parts build the gray box. Part 6 and 7 is the Stargate and its platform, and part 8 is the accessories and the minifigures.
So, want to start with the minifigures?
Yes, because apparently some people like minifigures. Who would have thought?
All right, well, I mean, if you like the series, you want to have the people there as well, don't you?
Exactly. So, and since we have a new and original mold for our own minifigure mold, we finally have minifigures. Just for completion's sake, the stand down here is not part of the model. I pinched it from another set to show you the minifigures more closely, so that they are all arranged. You've got from left to right. This is Samantha Carter, Colonel Jack O'Neill, Daniel Jackson, and Teal'c. All of them are printed. And in case you were wondering why Major Carter has got a male torso piece instead of a female torso piece, have you ever seen a woman, no matter how attractive, in body armor? There is nothing left that is in any way or shape hints at female figures because it's just so tightly packed together that there's nothing to be seen.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because it's very clearly her. Certainly.
And they also come with a set of accessories, and every single one of them has got a sprue with a different selection of weapons. The MP5 from the early series, a pistol, and well, a sniper rifle because it was part of the sprue and we didn't want to take it out because why would we? We would have to pay for the manufacture of the sprue anyway, so might as well just throw it in. And Teal'c, of course, has his staff weapon, which is brick build. But there may or may not be a weapon sprue for Stargate themed weapons in the future. Spoiler alert, there is one in the future. We're currently in the process of reviewing them and making sure they are as accurate and playable as possible.
Always good.
Yeah.
So, that's the minifigures?
That's the minifigures.
Unless you, of course, want to know more about the minifigures, then yes, but a whole video on minifigures, especially just for...
We could, but...
Only if
you're interested, write it down in the comments below.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll put these 4 guys
especially
aside.
since that would force him to watch the series.
Yes.
Because can you imagine he hasn't?
I've actually not seen the series. That's why I couldn't tell you who these people are. Oh, but I now know that's Captain O'Neill.
No, that's Major Samantha Carter. Oh God, oh God.
Oh dear.
Rest assured, dear viewers, I'm going to put him right back into his box of shame.
I know. Not that box of shame.
Not that box of shame, because there's nothing shameful about that box.
It looks pretty cool.
It does.
And I've not even seen the series. So.
Well, it's basically, from the outside, it's a grey box.
Which isn't very cool, but...
It's the inside that counts. You might notice that this here is BlueBrixx. And here there are panels for weight saving sake. That is because you are basically, if you want to display it, you can display it either from the front, or you can remove this part here, and hopefully not that part there.
Try to take that, put it over here, or...
Yeah, something's wrong here.
That's not good.
Yeah. Did somebody play with it? Because, well, never mind.
It still looks good.
It still looks very good. And you can also remove this one. You have the UAV from the series, which is an automated drone vehicle which they use to survey the skies and to look where they're going.
And you said it never comes back.
I actually don't remember they ever retrieving it.
Well,
Not
such
sure
a nice
why.
piece of equipment.
Yeah. But then again, it's the American military. Maybe they just...
They've got enough money.
Yeah,
Enough funding.
money to burn. And
It's coming off.
I don't know. Somebody... What the... Something's wrong with it somehow. Not sure what is wrong. Haha! Now I know what's wrong.
You took too much off.
I took not enough off.
Ah, you took not enough off. All right, well that gives you more space here, obviously, to
Look inside
in.
it.
As we can see here, I'll point it towards the camera. So it's nice and bright. In the series, I've been told it isn't that bright, but of course we have taken off a wall here, a wall there, and this whole part as well. So it's nice and bright now to look in, which of course you want to do because you built it up and you want to see what's going on in there.
Yeah, and especially since in the series they use set lighting, which is purposefully made so that this one here is darker, so that the glow from the activated gate and the event horizon is more visible, but well, it's the same color everywhere, and since it's all concrete, it's gray basically.
Yeah.
Except for, of course, the metal parts, which are silver.
And the gate itself.
And the gate itself, which is pearl dark gray. Let's start with the gate. The gate itself is actually has prints all over it. And generally speaking, in licensed sets, we try to use as few stickers as possible, and this one there's not a single one there. Everything you can see here is either printed or brick built.
So that includes this keep clear, caution tape, these little prints of the colours, which you'll tell me the correct name of in a minute. Then here are these. Wow.
And fans of the series, I know that you are out there, and I know that you are trying to find out any differences, but I can tell you that this one here, the print around it is an accurate rendition, or at least as accurate as we can do it, because the original is round and bricks are square, of the symbols of the gate itself. He tells me, cameraman makes subtle signs which are too subtle for me to see.
He's a good director, I'd say.
Yes, he is.
At least now you can correctly see in and see all the very intricate details on the bricks.
Yes. So, and as this is a concrete floor with the prints in here. By the way, these prints are all different, and they are printed in that way so that the stripes here all align. So take care how you build them when you build the set. And
you know what you haven't mentioned yet?
What?
As a person who's never seen the series, what I find especially cool is this.
Which he now shows you from the wrong side.
Of course,
it's actually far cooler when you put it like this, so you don't see the magic, space magic of doors.
I mean, I find it pretty cool because it's a movable part. You can play around with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can half open it. I find it cool.
It is cool.
Because, I mean, if you look at the way that it's done, you don't see the mechanics of it all. It's just all hidden behind the grey wall, and it just looks very, very futuristic. I enjoy it. I find it a very cool piece.
For the part nerds out of there, from the part nerds out of, well, holy crap, holy cow, sorry.
You've got this.
I got this. For the part enthusiasts out of there, just an information, this one here is pearl dark gray, dark titanium gray, I think it's called from Lego, and this is flat silver. There's only gray when we need it to be gray, and generally we do not have any compunctions of, well, producing the bricks in the color they need to be decent.
I mean, they look cool. I mean, seriously, this grey, which is, what did you call it? Pearl dark grey?
Pearl dark grey, or we call it pearl dark grey.
I mean, it's pretty. It's a bit glossy, a bit shiny,
Yeah.
I'd say. I mean, that's the pearl part.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it looks much better than just a very matte this grey or that grey. So that does certainly bring out a few more nice details.
Exactly. And speaking of details, of course, the backside of the Stargate is also printed. And it has got 9 chevrons, as it has in the series, but you can also only see the top 7 ones. And in case you want to... I need to turn it around again. And in case you want to show the gate in a deactivated state, you will have no problem to just remove that part, push it back there, which is also printed and in trans medium blue, trans dark blue, not sure, a bluish transparent color.
But that means that with these ones you have to also get the, oh no, it's one whole thing. But you have to get the whole sides right here, so you can't just put that one there.
Actually, these bricks come on a plated, well, they're put on a black plate. And then they are all pad printed together as the stamp, which comes down and just prints them all together. And the black parts, the black transfer plates, we call them, are not used in the set. It's always it's a kind of complaint because people have to fiddle the parts of the black plates to put them on the correct thing. But they need to be black and removable. I mean, the instructions tell you to throw the black parts away, but you don't have to. Now that is because they might be broken by the printing process. And speaking of prints, you got 2 covers for the Stargate. One of them is the activated event horizon, and the other one is of course the iris, which is once again in flat silver and printed with the intricate details of the iris itself. Well,
so that's open, that's closed, and that's nothing happening.
That's deactivated, that is open, and that is closed. Yeah.
Ah, all right. I really need to watch this series then.
Yes, you do.
Especially if we're going to discuss more of these sets, because
Yes,
like you
you
said,
do.
there are more sets coming.
There are more sets coming.
right.
And please write down encouragement for poor Ross that he really needs to get a move on in his box of shame to watch that.
I have seen lots of other series so far.
That doesn't help you if you haven't been making Stargate videos if you haven't watched that.
I know. We need more licenses for things that I've seen.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it. Right, just write it down and I'll give it to our to the boss, and we'll see how that happens.
Good idea.
Yeah. And of course, everything that needs to be printed is printed. Everything that needs to be brick built is brick built. For instance, the fire extinguisher here is brick built because it doesn't need a print. But all the keypads, the safe which is there, and the openable with safety switch cupboard.
And the door? The door's also brick
The
built
doors are
partially.
brick built
The C2
and printed.
is brick built, and then level 28
Yeah.
is printed. No stickers here.
And if you're wondering how that works with those doors, we have special parts that Lego doesn't. For instance, there inside here is a 2x2 plate with studs on both sides, which allow for lots of interesting construction details. For instance, you can put both of them on the same door, so they read the same without having to be mirrored. And of course, you've also got a map. A little 8-wheeled, remote-controlled thingy. What's it called? A probe?
A probe, or, yeah.
Yeah, probe which they send to other planets through the gate to see if the area is actually livable.
I guess in the series a lot of them don't survive.
Nah, they don't get them back either. It's kind of weird because when they go through the Stargate, on the other side there's usually some kind of ramp on raised dice.
What do you mean?
D-A-I-S?
Diaz.
Diaz?
I don't know. Never heard the word. I'm not a walking dictionary. I was born in England, but I don't know all the words.
Shame on you then.
I know.
And
I even studied English.
Okay. And they usually just drive it to the left when they exit the Stargate, and then they leave it there.
That's not very ecological.
No, it's not.
But at least you've got one, so you better keep good care of him because that's the only one you're getting. Unless you buy more sets. Or
Then you can have more.
Or there's a big one coming out.
There might be a bigger one coming out.
That's an idea. That's an idea.
I may have seen the prototype already.
Ooh. He
Possible.
rides up here then, and then go through the Stargate.
Yeah.
All right.
And it actually does fit. Not from that, well, it's a bit hard to fiddle around in here. But it does fit. And if you like that set, please drop a note down in the comments below. If you really, really like that set, buy it. And if there's interest in it, the eagle-eyed people of you may have noticed that there are certain pinholes back there, for instance, where there might have been the possibility to attach things like control rooms or conference rooms or bureaus of people, offices of people like that may have been called Landry or Hammond. And
so there's a possibility of making it bigger.
There's always
in theory.
Well, if there's one thing we at BlueBrixx do not have any compunctions about, it's making things bigger.
I know.
Because bigger is usually better.
Yes. It's a very American thing to say, but that is something I do very much agree with.
Especially when it comes to building blocks.
Exactly.
Well, and speaking of building blocks and sets, I prepared a set card for you. This is the Stargate Gate Room, which has got the number 106842. It has 2,430 pieces for a price of €159.95. The complexity is, I'd say, average. A child could build it, but usually sets for children have a different building order so that they have success experiences more easily. And this one, well, you're building 1,500 pieces before you have assembled the box. And while the box has got this nice and nifty little feature where you can just open the doors, that's not really a lot of things. That's not really good enough for children.
I'm sure they'd enjoy it.
Yes, but they
So what you're telling me is there's going to be a father out there who's like, I'm going to buy this for my kid for Christmas, build it up myself, and the kid can watch me and play with the doors.
Yes, exactly.
All right, good to know.
That is
or a mother.
Or a mother, of course. That is actually a very good pick. So, fathers out there, buy that for your children.
And mothers.
And mothers.
And aunts and uncles and every other person who wants this.
Buy it for you, buy it for your children.
Buy it for your
Buy them all!
Buy it for nephew.
Yeah. And remember, you can never have enough bricks.
So what's stopping you from getting more?
Thank you for watching and goodbye.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Back to your box of shame to watch this series.
Oh, I mean, I could, if the box was big enough, I could sit in there and watch the series there, but...
Not really that
I mean,
big.
there's 10 series of it. 10 seasons.
Of one series.
Huh. And then how many seasons are there? 3, 4?
There's Stargate, which has 10 series.
Okay.
And there's Stargate Atlantis, which has got 5. Stargate Universe, which has got 2. And there's the movie, of course, obviously. And then there's 2 to 3 TV movies.
You know what? I'll stick to the movies.
Ah.
Have a nice day.